Our essential question for this film is hopefully it will answer how mental health affects people at school and why is it important to spread awareness of this issue. Well, we hope people will feel more comfortable and feel like mental health should just be more of a priority and it's okay to talk about it and how you feel and know it's just an issue that just needs to be more heard.
My name's Yusuf. I'm a senior at Franklin High School and also a student health advocate at Oregon School-Based Health Alliance. Well, the student health advocates is students that represent the state of Oregon that advocate for youth-friendly healthcare, such as mental health topics, sexual health, basically anything that involves youth healthcare where youth can express their health needs comfortably.
My name is Maya Bryant. I'm a senior at Franklin High School. I'm also co-president of the Franklin Mental Health Club, and I've been a volunteer in Youth Line, which is a peer-to-peer crisis line for teens around the world for a little over 2 years. I was inspired to be the co-president of the Mental Health Club because of my work at Youth Line. I saw such a need for teens to know that they are not alone, and because talking about mental health destigmatizes it and shows people that they aren't alone in their own mental health struggles.
My name is Arabella Kelly. I am on Leadership Council of DSU. I have a lot of experiences where I felt like I don't belong or I feel lesser than, and it's really affected my mental health. As an African student, as somebody whose second language is English.
Mental health is really important overall, not just because of students, because mental health obviously correlates with our success and how we are comfortable going to school and obviously getting our grades done, but also just being happy in the environment we're in. But mental health is also a big component at our home life and outside of school as well.
It can be very stressful to be a student because they aren't getting the support they need from their teachers, and that can be really tough.
Definitely during online school, it was a big adjustment because I was so used to in-person school, and just the online school didn't really work for me. I needed that one-on-one time with my teachers just to understand work, so it made me less motivated to do my work, and in result, grades dropping and me being stressed overall.
It's hard to go to school every day, especially during the pandemic when things might not feel super meaningful and there's so many big issues going around in the world that aren't being talked about at school, and that can feel really isolating and hard for students.
Just people that aren't really represented in school, because there is a very small percentage of people who look like me in my school, so it's very important for people like me to advocate for healthcare, mental health, especially because it's such a taboo topic in our culture, because not a lot of people talk about it, especially with your parents. It's like a big no-no.
I don't know, I feel like BIPOC students have this aura that we have to be tough and we have to be there and we have to get through it, and we don't have to talk about our mental health because that's seen as lesser or weak. And so we're just trying to get through and be strong and show that we can be here and be present and be strong. And so it's really taboo to talk about how maybe we aren't feeling all the way here, or maybe we need a little bit of help. People don't understand what you're going through. It really damages your mental health when constantly you're being told or being taught that you were not worthy.
My name is Nicole Mayer. I'm the project manager for the Youth Action Councils for the Multnomah County Student Health Centers.
My name is Kate. So I work as a therapist or a counselor for mental health needs at the Franklin Health Clinic. I think mental health in general is of value to talk about.
But mental health is something that, again, generations before we didn't really talk about, and they tried to make it something that was a moral issue. Like if you were depressed, it was because it was your fault. And we also need to just normalize that this is just how humans are, and that we need help, and that we need to also normalize asking for help.
It's important to have a mental health club at school because it's a way for students that are a part of Franklin High School to advocate for mental health and increased resources at Franklin, and having the opportunity for students to take charge of mental health, it can be more impactful when students are advocating and it's not just the teachers and the staff members.
It's important to talk about mental health in schools because we need to normalize mental health. It is something that should be just as important as people joining sports and people doing well academically. Like if you're doing well academically, but you suffer from depression and you are scared and sad and lonely and you don't know what to do, it doesn't matter.
You can go to OregonYouthLine.com and you can use chat, text, or call to reach out for support with any issues. Another good resource is the Trevor Project for LGBTQ+ students. They have a hotline and they also have a lot of resources through their website. A third resource which I think is really useful for people that are struggling with self-harm is the Butterfly Project. They campaign for alternatives for self-harm, and their whole vision is that drawing something like a butterfly in an area that you may self-harm can inspire healing and hope for people who do struggle with self-injury.
There's a few different resources that students can use. I would encourage them to use their school counselor or their school social worker. Also, there's a mental health crisis line, one specific for teens, the Teen to Teen, that you can text or call, and it's actually staffed by teens. Then there's also a mental health Multnomah County crisis line that's 24/7. I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all for mental health. I think it's really important that people know that you look for what works for you and supports you. Get to know, if you are interested in therapy, get to know the therapist a little bit and see how it feels working with them. There's other resources besides mental health. And I think it's really important to realize that mental health isn't just about seeing a therapist, it's about finding the support and help that honestly benefits the person. And by connecting with things, by finding a purpose, by surrounding yourself by people you are similar in good ways is going to help mental health in the long run too.
How do you cope with mental health?
Music. I sleep a lot and I eat a lot. Coping with mental health. Serious?
Huh?
Am I supposed to be serious?
You don't have to be if you want.
Coping with mental health. I feel like taking care of yourself, like self-care, and like maybe it's not going on social media. Yeah, and taking time for yourself and not overwhelming yourself too much with work, probably.
Hi, my name is Jordy Pardo, and I am Nimco's partner. Throughout the filming of our documentary, I learned that although it may not seem like it, there are many resources for mental health, and you should not be afraid to reach out for help, because as someone who has struggled with mental health, it's better when you have help, and you're not alone, and there are resources and there's help that you can get.